Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And today I will be talking about a feature that we can have in a taxi application. So in this feature, it is called sharing your taxi with a passenger, and you are of course a passenger. And so pretty excited guys. So let's dive into that, right? I would like to name this feature as shared taxi. Basically, it will be sharing your taxi as a passenger, and then moving on. So, as the context, I have these sections in this presentation. So, first I will talk about the problem, and then I will talk about the solution that I came up with, and then I will be talking about feature explaining, basically what kind of features we have in this application, in this feature. So, and then I will talk about what are the configurations as passenger that we can have, okay, and then I will talk about the some kind of improvements if we are more keen into this feature, and then finally I will be talking about conclusion. Okay, so moving on, first the problem. So let's say when we travel in a taxi and we have more space to some other passenger, right? It would be great if we can share the extra space with the passenger and save some taxi fare, right? So this is just the idea I came up with. So then I was thinking. So I decided to think about this and came up with this idea of how we can achieve it, right? So, and also ultimately the goal would be save fuel and some cost, basically taxi fare. Okay, so the solution, it would be great if passengers can toggle this feature the way they like it, basically, right? Because some passengers don't like, some passengers like to share their space with in a taxi. So yeah, that's up to them. And also we need to think about the following points as well, right? So basically taxi fare should be less than single passenger trip for all, right? So otherwise it is not a feature, it is not a convenience thing for a passenger, basically, right? And we need to think about the delays in pickup and drop off, right? And the next point would be configurable parameters for user. So what kind of ratings, what kind of delays you want, something like that. I will be explaining these points later on. So moving forward. So this is the very basic diagram for this explaining, right? So as you can see, we have passenger 1 is the middle one, and then passenger 2 goes this way, and then passenger 3 goes this way, right? And as you can see, these three passengers uh, have shared trip distance like this, right? So basically it will be three passengers and they have shared trip distance like this, right? And this overlapping distance will be divided by passenger count, obviously, right? So, and also we have three drop-offs for these three passengers as well, right? So passenger 1 goes somewhere and passenger 2 goes somewhere, passenger 3 goes somewhere, right? So we need to think about that part as well, because let's say passenger 3 is the last person to drop off, then passenger 3 have more drop off time than other two passengers, right? So because shared distance should be much longer, right? So then you need to calculate what kind of um, taxi fare that passenger 3 has, okay? So this is just a very basic example for this feature explaining. So this can be more complex, there can be more other complex scenarios as well. So Yeah, and also there can be like you need to go some other pickup point for some particular passenger as well, right? So there are some lot of features that we can talk about when it comes to this diagram, right? So yeah, hopefully I think you might get a rough idea about this feature. So let me explain further. So like I mentioned earlier, I think it's the first slide. So it would be great if passengers can configure some parameters for this feature as well, right? Some of them would be like passenger count of sharing. Yeah, of course, this also depends on the vehicle passenger capacity as well, right? So yeah, some people don't like to share that they might have some luggages as well, so they want more space, like if it is let's say if it is passenger count is 3, then they might like to share it with some one other passenger, right, not two, right, obviously. And also it would be great that let's say if we can configure what is the minimum discount for the taxi sharing, after taxi sharing, what kind of discount that passenger can have, right? So yeah, that's what I explained in the second point. And the third point, which is a cool point, right? So you need to think about the delays of drop off and picking up passengers, right? If you share your taxi space with someone else, then obviously you need to pick him or her up with your taxi and then drop off as well, right? So it would be great if they can if passenger can configure this time as well, right? This what kind of duration, what kind of time that he or she can spend when it comes to sharing. Sorry, when it comes to drop off or picking that second passenger, right? So you got the point, right? So moving on, and the improvements. So as the improvements, I would like to mention that it would be great that if we can have a rating system for passenger criteria, shared passenger criteria. So then the user can check your rating value before the user trying to share the taxi with you, obviously, right? So I know this is bit a complex one, so and of course we if it would be great if we can have comments as well. So yeah, a bit more complex, but it would be great if we can have that. So it would be really cool to have that kind of improvement. So yeah, good luck with implementing that. So yeah, so as the conclusion, I would like to say that this is just an idea of a feature for a taxi application. Then I would be very happy if at least one of you can implement that. So and also I would be happy for your happy to answer your questions in the comment section. And good luck with implementing it, and also thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it and hope to see you in next video.